What's up, everyone? Tera Roberts here with your Week 6 free agency deep cuts. And this week is a little special because I've got four running back options for you to have. For those of you who have been hit hard by injuries, raise your hand if you have Saquon and you were outbid by $1 for Devonta Booker. Yeah, so I'm not just here to help you, I'm here to help myself as well. So let's go ahead and get started. And we'll kick things off at quarterback. And I'm going to say a name that people might not like, and it's probably because you've been burned in the past. And I don't blame you, but Carson Wentz is a solid, low-rostered option this week. Aside from one bad game against Tennessee where he was playing fresh off of that double ankle injury and probably should not have been playing, Carson Wentz has been productive around the mid QB2 range. And last week against Baltimore, he finished in the top 10 of quarterbacks. This week, he faces Houston and could be in line for a nice streaming option. Moving on to running backs, and we will go highest rostered to lowest rostered, and we'll start off with Alex Collins. Seattle faces another tough defense in Pittsburgh this week, but with Chris Carson missing multiple practices this week with a neck injury, it's hard to pass up someone who is in line to get 15 plus carries and a little check down work as well. If Carson is out, you can plug in Collins for a nice floor. Next up, we've got Jerick McKinnon. Now, he's not the most appealing option, particularly with the rumors of the Chiefs looking to add another running back to their roster like Marlon Mack. But we're focused on this week right here, and what we do know is that if given the opportunity, Jerick McKinnon can be productive both on the ground and through the air. Darrell Williams has never operated as a workhorse type of back. McKinnon will have opportunities this week, and as an added bonus, he plays Washington, who has been struggling defensively. Another running back option to look out for is Ramaadre Stevenson. He's someone that we need to monitor because Damian Harris is injured, and if Harris can't go, Stevenson is the next man up for early down and goal line responsibilities. Now, don't go immediately jumping to get him if you don't have to. Just wait and see because Harris did log a limited practice on Thursday, so he could be active on Sunday. Keep in mind that I filmed this video before a lot of the Friday practices, so you just really need to keep an eye on things. And finally, the least rostered, the least utilized, but oddly enough, the one that has the most upside because of the matchup, Chris Evans. I just literally got news that Zach Taylor said that Joe Mixon will be active and will have a normal workload on Sunday, and that is fantastic news for Mixon owners, but Cincinnati plays a woefully bad Detroit team. Samaje Perine is on the COVID list and will likely be out for Sunday's game. If Cincinnati plays with a lead, it's hard to imagine that they won't be just a little bit protective of Mixon. Evans might be in line for a decent amount of time on the field and maybe garbage time as well as a backup. It's a risk, but it's a good potential for upside here for Evans. Moving on to wide receivers, and we'll start off with someone who is not just a plug-in option for this week, he's got season-long upside as well, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Quintez Cephas and Tyrell Williams are on IR, TJ Hawkinson is playing through an injury, St. Brown has had 8 targets in the last 2 games and has the potential to be the top wideout option in Detroit. Yes, I know that being the top wide receiver option in Detroit doesn't exactly mean much, but there's a ton of opportunity here for St. Brown, who is talented and peaking at the right moment. And we'll move on to one more receiver. He's someone to keep your eye on. James Washington did not play on Sunday due to a groin injury, but he's been logging limited practices this week, and if he can go on Sunday against Seattle, he's a very realistic flex option. Juju Smith-Schuster is down for the season, and Washington should see a significant amount of snaps moving forward. So he's someone that you can play this week if he's active, and he's also a good stash for season long as well. Now let's wrap things up at tight end with rookie SealsJones. Washington plays Kansas City this week in a game where pass volume should be plenty as they are trying to keep up with Mahomes, and they're also trying to attack that Kansas City defense that has allowed nearly 300 pass yards per game. And for the past 2 weeks, tight ends have had a field day against Kansas City. SealsJones is a good streaming option for this week. And that wraps things up for this week's free agency deep cuts. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your lineups, and I will see you again next week.